Good evening, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Mr. Narsanna Koppula, and he will talk about seed is life. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you. Sir, please start.
Yeah. May I know how many people are participating in this?
Please start, sir.
Okay. Hello. This is Narsanna Koppula, permaculturist. I am from Zahirabad of Sangareddy district in Telangana. So I'm speaking right now in a farm where my academy, where I conduct every month a PDC course, is permaculture designers course. So where a national, international participants will join this course of 13 days. So exactly, I am that place I am speaking right now. This is a Aranya Permaculture Academy. So when they asked me to speak about some topic, but I chosen this topic of seed is life. So I think what is life is I think I didn't want to go into more details. What is a life? I think when the life has a capacity to function, okay, it has a movement, it has a breathe, it has a it has a some talk also possible, it has a walk also. I think this is a life. But if you come to the plants and animals and humans, the difference is the plant cannot, it can keep growing and it can grow also. Is the animals, it has a life, it just keep moving, and is a walking also. Trees cannot move, they can stay at one place, but they are life. Tree is alive. Humans, beyond these two things, humans have, they can, there is, the humans are life, and they can walk, they can talk also. Others can communicate in the sounds, animals. Plants cannot communicate, but they have a communication system through the roots, but not visible, is invisible structures. So in permaculture, what we believe is a permaculture is one of the global level movement, is a people definition, is a response, and is a way of life based on the cooperative and non-exploitative relationship with the nature or biosphere, and as a part of it. This is a permaculture. Permaculture is a way of life. When we say, I think is a life is very, very important. Everybody has to look for save the life. Whatever the life it could be, not only humans, every microorganism, the microbes to elephant. And these lives are, they have their own roles in this nature. They have to play their role, but most of the role they play, we don't know. So that is the way we are facing today. Most of they have functions, but to know those functions, we are suffering, we are struggling. It's a big complexity to understand what is their function. That's why where some of them will save, some of them will eliminate, some of them will neglect, some of them will ignore. So a lot of these approaches are possible. People are doing that. But when come to the seed is one of the any seed. Seed is not only plant, seed of humans also, seed of animals also. The seed is the which has a capacity to give a life to the next level of growth of any system. So seed, when you seed is a life, I think as long as the seed is a life, I think why seeds are not getting that much of importance, because they cannot speak, they cannot communicate, but they have their own language. So these languages are always communicatable, but the what kind of communication they use, we don't know. But they have their own communication systems. So how to understand? But every life has their own functions. Every life has their own communication system. But our problem is today's. So how we should interact with them. That's the biggest issue, challenges we are facing in this society. So seeds, I think the any function, the primary function we think always seeds for only for the sale or seeds for the food. But beyond that, seeds for nutrition also. Seeds for heritage. Seeds are heritage. It's a legacy. I think these are all the kind of importance of the seeds. I think if you put it in a bigger picture and spectrum, it's the biggest challenge to understand also. But yeah, simplify it. When seed is a life, I think the seed has a capacity to multiply. I think the what kind of multiplication we are looking for. I think the seeds today, I think most of the people are depend on seed to grow, seed to multiply, seed to get the transport and export also. When which side we are talking about? Today, most of the agriculture people they know very well the seeds are the seeds important for growing food for survival. Simple. More important.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
So now
Hello.
is it okay?
Yeah, now
Now
it
it's
is okay,
okay.
sir. Now it is. Yeah. You please
Okay, I
proceed.
cannot move from here. I cannot move
Okay,
from here. Yeah. So
okay. Please proceed, sir.
seeds have life means I think. Yeah. Why the seeds are important? Because seeds without seeds you cannot. The survival issue will come because you have to grow the food. We have to eat. You have to survive. I think the seeds are very important. But which seeds we are talking about? The seeds today which we are using in agriculture sector and people are totally is manipulated. Which we are looking for today is we need a seed which can multiply and which can stay for longer time, and the same seed can be same genes can be used it for number of times. So that kind of seeds we are losing every year. They are called heirloom seeds. The heirloom seeds have capacity to grow and capacity to store, and they can be stored, they can multiply, they can again it can be used for centuries, so millions of years. That's why we call it heirloom seeds. But today, because of this our greediness, today we totally manipulated it, and we are science reached a stage we can looking at the most of this multiplying the seeds and production, and we manipulated, and most of the seeds we hybridized. Hybridized is the one of the dangerous thing is happened because of the to look at the needs of the people, the hunger and the kind of shortage of food grains. In the name of hunger, in the name of shortage of food grains, I think they gone for the multiplying with the small quantities of seed. You can multiply and you can grow number of seeds. That is the old technology. But the but not only the multiplication and not the getting the more production, at what cost also important. At the same time they need more resources. I think that we have to look at the resources aspect also. So there is a really we need that kind of seed we need, or we need a seed where we can store it, we can use it multiple times. We are keeping the seed with us. I think the more social, as a more kind of status. At the same time, we are more independent. But most of the seed companies, seeds I think made us totally independent. In not independent, totally dependent. So this dependency led to the every year you have to buy the seed, you have to grow, and you have to and eat, and again every year you have to buy. I think the seed is a when is a life. I think this life has a capacity to multiply, but at the same time it has to be storage capacity is very high. You can keep it for number of years. I think, but today seed companies are hybridized and high yielding, and now they are talking about the GMO, genetically modified. I think where we are, what we are looking for, what kind of seed we wanted, what is the seed sovereignty we have today. I think seed is a seed, but it's a seed has a life, it has a its own wisdom. The people have wisdom to what kind of crop can be grown, what kind of seed can be used, whether they want to become dependent or independent. I think that kind of questions I had to raise. So today the entire agriculture system totally depend on seed. So they are making good money out of it in the name of good production, good seed. Good seed, not only production aspect, good seed should be a symbiotic relationship with the other aspects of the seed. Actually the symbiotic relation of the seed is just we can You can grow any kind of soil, any seed, anywhere. I think this is a in relation with the soil and water and the seed. This is a very good relationship with the entire agriculture. I think the symbiotic relationship with the these three things. But today, what we did because of shortage of food in the name of hungry, in the name of hunger, what we started, I think we totally the genes, the genetically modified food, or we are crossed with the other genes. I think we made that seed is a totally vulnerable for a lot of problems like no nutrition and a lot of pest problem, and it is not it is susceptible to pest and it's susceptible to damage very faster. It doesn't have a resistance to, if anything happens, I think entire you have to lose the entire crop or damage will be more and more worse sometime. I think these kind of things are happening around us. I think that's why in permaculture, what we said, I think whatever you grow, whatever you eat, you have to grow. Whatever you eat, you have to store. Whatever you store, you have to share and exchange. And if you want, I think you multiply, you share with the community. I think that is the biggest movement is needed in every part of India. I think we have a lot of legacy, a lot of heritage, a lot of respect because of seed. That's why we started every village, every community must have their own seed bank. I think the seed bank is the more, what are the requirement, what kind of heirloom seed, traditional seeds they have to store, they have to and distribute, they can sell also, because this kind of seeds we are losing. I think we have to our responsibility is to store those kind of seeds for the future generation. If you lose these kind of seeds, this kind of life for this generation, what about your future generation? I think you have to totally depend on the seed companies. Even they also after some time they cannot produce anything because the seed is totally manipulated. It is almost all, there is no nutrition, there is no resistance, there is no power in it. There is no the germination capacity, the survival capacity, the kind of the viability, all are issues in the these hybrid and high yielding varieties. That's why we think you want to make a life is, you want to make more nutritious, more healthy, more strength strong, or you want to weaken that whatever the life it is there. There's a question arises from many of us. So that's why we propose we keep our own seed. It could be a perennial, it could be an annual seed, it could be a vegetable, it could be a pulses and oil seeds, cereals. So whatever it might be, but it has to be very very important. It has to be must. Every community, every farmer, every person is not only earlier we used to only farmer, but now it's not a farmer issue. It's everybody's issue because everybody need food. When you need food, your responsibility is more as others, and you have to keep the what is the seed you eat. You have to possibly you can save them, multiply them. You keep your locally community available to the anybody who can grow those crops and make more nutritious food, more nutritious society. The more nutritious, the healthy people, healthy societies. I think that's why just we are biggest movement across the country. We are aware. We are bringing awareness among the communities. The Aranya agriculture alternatives. So we are looking for all the alternatives, which is at present the conventional agriculture. How much it is feed the population is not my question. How much nutrition, how much culture we are giving through the seed is a question. So in that aspect, we are working as Aranya Agriculture Alternatives, one of the pioneer and distributing and giving seeds and exchange and sharing, not selling. So far, we have not sold because once this is the kind of the freedom, the kind of exchange, the kind of culture, the kind of tradition we have in India. Whatever the seed we have, better we have to share with them. We have to keep that seed with the community. I think they multiply. I think this is one of the biggest movement with us today. We are sharing and we are exchanging. We are encourage people to keep their own seeds. I think the growing food is possible, but what kind of seed you are using? If you have your own seed, your confidence, your confidence, and moreover your the social in the society you have recognized as a person who can save more seed, more life you are giving. I think that kind of respect we'll get in the society. For such respects we have to work in the community. The seed is one of the issue. I think we have to look for the seed to multiply, seed to save, and seed to look for a future where we can hand over in a good seed to the next future generation. Yeah, that's all about my seed talk.
Okay, thank you very
Hello.
much, sir, for your
Yeah.
wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now. Um,
Yeah.
Sir,
Please.
what are the biggest threat facing traditional and indigenous seeds in India?
Biggest threats.
Yes, sir, biggest threats.
Seed of heirloom seed, number one, and even its availability is there, but the people are not looking for more. They are after money. They are looking for more production, and also the where it is available, also that network is not working very strongly. I think that's why people are easily available seeds they are buying, and they are using. They are just eating and they are selling, but they cannot keep their the seed, the culture, the street tradition of their own. That's why they are totally becoming dependent on local markets. I think they're all totally once upon a time they were independent, but threat is, I think slowly we are losing our grip on the agriculture system, because the seed is the life is the agriculture is your the source of your food. So that's why you have to the threat to the heirloom seeds, because people are not getting the right seed to grow them and use them, and looking for the more production, more market, and more easy. I think that is the threat. I think we have to become very aware of what is our local seed, how many seeds we can use. I think what are the local, don't lose them. Whatever it has happened, gone, let it happen. But hereafter, you should not lose your own seed. You have to multiply, you work with the community, and you grow wherever you have a contacts. I think that is the big threat. People are from seed companies, particularly corporates, is the multinational companies. I think they are making good profits out of it. I think they are giving a lot of advertisement, a lot of wrong statements. You cannot feed the population with your heirloom and your natural way of growing things. You have to go for the more production, more food crops, more high yielding varieties. You'll get a lot of price outside and exporting. I think this is one of the big threat from the particular government policies. I think the kind of looking for the foreign currency and everything, there's going to be a threat.
Okay, I'll take up the
Yeah.
next question, sir.
Yeah.
How has the loss of biodiversity impacted soil health, nutrition, and climate resilience?
Yeah, what is the climate change? I think climate resilient, when the climate resilience comes, because recently what's the climate is not a localized one. It's a totally region wise climate you cannot change. Climate already is already prevailing there. You can create microclimate. Climatical issues are very very stronger important. The seeds aspect, I think the biodiversity in the seeds, what are the seeds you have to use different kind of seed, not monoculture. You have to go for polycultural and multiple diversification of seeds. I think that is how they bring the resilience. I think they have a capacity to withstand with this kind of climate change which is we're facing today, biggest challenge. I think the heirloom seeds has a capacity to, I think the capacity to grow, because they have seen this kind of climate changes many times, this kind of different challenges in their lifetime of millions of years. This is not first time for them. But your hybrid and high yielding varieties, the genetically modified, the very recent one, they don't have a scope. They don't have much experience of that kind of thing. I think there is no strength. There is no resilience in those seeds, because they are recently they are came into the system. I think they are very new to this system. I think number one, number two, this has a there is a seed which more vulnerable to this climate changes which is happening today. I think you have to look for more diversified food systems, diversification of seeds, diversification of cultivations, diversification of practices. I think these are all, I think we cannot stop, but we can, the resilience we can bring over a period of time by using the local indigenous knowledge in the seed saving and the biodiversity and the birds and a lot of other life also into the system. I think that's what I believe.
Okay. Can you share examples of communities where saving traditional seeds transformed their agriculture?
Yeah, there are communities in tribal communities still there, but they have over a period of time they also totally started buying the seeds in the markets because there nobody little it's a passion and it's a more commitment. Saving seed is not just is a practice. I think just we have to be more commitment needed. I think that there are people there are most of the seed is a by done by the women. The most of the communities people will save the seeds. They will dry it, they harvest it, they will dry it, and they will store it, they will clean it, and they will use it. I think this work can by the most of the India, I think the rural India, the women they can do because women are so connected to the nature. I think the seed has a reproductive system. The reproduction system which any element has, that's very connected to the women, because those women also same. I think they are more close to the nature. They do much better job. We in our project area we created this system in the each village. What are the requirement of village? How heirloom seeds one lady will maintain. She will get livelihood out of that practice. She will give 1 kg of seed. She will take while on the harvest, and of the harvesting season she will take 1.5 kg. The half kg is a profit for her. So she is living not for the profit, she is living for the wisdom, the kind of seed, the seed sovereignty. I think that is their livelihood, and the social status will be in the community is much better than us, because she is making seed available for everybody. Those who wanted heirloom seed in the village, I think definitely that satisfaction, that kind of livelihood, very ethical. I think there are number of cases in a tribal community, even the rural small villages, where the people are women are doing this kind of thing. They store it and they will give people. I think they take it on the harvest time. I think that is their full time job. So there are number of examples are there. You can, if you want more, I think I can number of places. And our even our project area where Aranya is working, we are establishing seed banks of heirloom seeds in the village. With the women are very good seed managers. I think they know how they control entire system into their hands. I think they are the very generous, very honest to do this kind of work. I think we are empowering by giving this kind of freedom to wisdom to the people. They are enjoying that kind of practices.
Okay. What are the,
Okay.
sir, how can rural communities set up and manage seed bank effectively?
Because you are the effectively the person who is doing that community, she should think that it is also not only service and livelihood and service and commitment and the kind of passion all together. It is possible, not just is a making a business. I think they try to cheat you, but it is not a business. It's a more responsibility, a social responsibility. Also she is getting some income out of it. I think we encourage people, those who wanted to do this kind of thing. Everybody cannot do agriculture, but this is also livelihood. This is very good ethical investment they do. There will be lot of respect they get it. I think you have to encourage people, the particularly these young youth. The old women, they were there in the community, they were doing, but now many people are not doing this kind of thing. I think you have to keep telling them, and you keep them in track to say, and these are kind of seeds we needed it. We make a good price, we'll provide it to you. And that kind of the rural economy, the local village economy, by saving your own seed, I think exchanging, or you are selling, or your barter system, whatever the things are there, I think is a little tricky, little hard. But there are communities still they are working. I think there definitely you can establish a seed bank. You can see how many varieties have, we don't mind. Number of varieties are not important. What are the heirloom seed with you? You can encourage and you can give a great network to them to buy from them. That is how you have to encourage, and you give a networking with those kind of people. I think you make some good connections. People are ready to, and encourage them to do this kind of businesses. I think the small entrepreneurship is much better. Every village must have some seed bank kind of thing of heirloom.
Okay. How do current seed laws and commercial seed markets affect farmers and seed rights?
Seed rights, I think seed rights, there's no rights, first of all. What is a seed rights? Seed rights, when you grow the seed, you have a right to sell anywhere, any amount. That rights, I think the government is making controlling, and the seed should not be sold. It could not be export. You have to this much, this kind of seed only you have to plow. I think these are all, they're out of the circle. I think the communities are there out of the circle. Only the seed companies, their rules may apply. But for the community, should not apply. If any such rules comes, we have to protest. We have to talk against. I think this is a wisdom issue. It's a food sovereignty issue. That is the right to have a seed. I think that's where I think it is definitely people are looking for that kind of rules. We need not to follow as a community, but shopkeepers, those who are making profits of the seeds, seed companies, the rules let them apply to them, but not for the community.
Okay. What role do women
Okay,
traditionally
Emma.
play in seed preservation, and how can we strengthen that role today?
Yeah, well, I told you already the seed, you have to identify in your area who are the people doing that kind of thing.
Sir,
You have to
it's
just
regarding the
encourage
role of
them, and
women.
you, yeah.
Regarding the role of women, what role do women traditionally play in seed preservation, and how can we strengthen that role today?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You form the group, you encourage them, you give some incentives for the people, those who collect in this kind of heirloom seeds. We will provide some infrastructural things and make a good profits out of it. You start giving a networking, and people attach. You give their addresses to buy from them. There are people, they are looking, number of people are looking for the alternatives. There are alternative big companies which are providing and some showing the paths to how to multiply it. What are the other resources?
Hello? Sir, please unmute your mic, sir. Hello? Sir, unmute your mic. Hello? Hello? Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Now
Hello?
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Hello.
Please. Yeah, I'm able to hear
Yeah.
you. Please
No,
proceed.
you have to encourage people, the women particularly. Why women? I already told. Women are the good managers, very honest. They're truthful. You can encourage, form the group. You encourage giving some incentives and some infrastructure and good business to them. Every village of some entrepreneurs, I think you have to encourage people to go that kind of seeds to use, and the practices and a lot of connections. Definitely you'll get the good remuneration, good price for it. Definitely everybody looking for alternative methods, alternative practices. People are looking for good seed. You can give that contact. If anything, I think a lot of contacts I have. I think I can give a lot of contacts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll move on to the next question, sir.
Okay,
How
Emma.
can policymakers
Yeah.
support us? Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, you're
Please.
able to hear me?
Hello. Yeah. I
Yes,
can
sir.
able to hear you.
Yes, sir. I'll move on to the next question. How do native seeds perform compared to hybrid seeds under climate stress, drought, floods, or pests?
Yeah. The heirloom seed as a the DNA is a very strong, and it has a capacity to withstand and challenge and any kind of adverse situations. And these are the nature of the heirloom seeds. I think it is more resilient to the climate change and the kind of disasters and floods. Also, some of the varieties which can withstand that kind of thing. I think our job is today to look for those kind of varieties. I think people are ready to that. I think not all entire problems it may not cannot save. You cannot do that. It will save you every season, but every time some floods. I think the flood resistant crops are there, and that is how the you may lose crop also, but next year you can use the seed of same if it is with you. But hybrid cannot do that. Hybrid, once the seed is totally you lose, I think you have to buy again, but you cannot store the seed for next year. So companies are making you to more dependent, independent rather than independent. So they will making more profits. I think the you have to better. You have to encourage people by using the heirloom seeds. They are very very versatile and at the same resilient for all these challenges for the pest. But your hybrid seeds and your high yielding varieties are totally is a susceptible to pest, are vulnerable to diseases and lot of damages causing because they don't have any strength. The totally the it is not a strong. It's a weak seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I would like to thank Narasana Koppula for the talk and for answering the questions.
Yeah.
This meeting will be closed.
Thank you, Amma.
You're
Thank
most
you, Amma.
welcome,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Amma. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.